Monolith Soft is officially celebrating their 25th anniversary with some really cool things that was recently revealed, a brand new video as well commemorating all of the Xenoblade games, and a bit more on what they're going to be doing next. And I'm going to be talking about that because I feel that there is something massive coming with the Nintendo Switch 2 on the horizon. But before we get into all that and a little bit more, what's good everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you are someone new, and click that notification bell to get my Nintendo Switch RPG content and more first. And let's go ahead and jump right into this because yes, Monolith Soft is officially celebrating their 25th anniversary. They have a brand new page on their website talking about it. They have a new logo for the 25th anniversary. It looks really cool. Says the 25, has the little stylized little bars in there, the sharp edges. I absolutely love the 25th anniversary logo that they've shown here. Very Xenoblade-ish. If you play the games, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. Now, another thing, it says Monolith Soft 25 years anniversary. And then what you see here on this website is that you see a collection of a lot of the characters. You have Shulk, you have Xenosaga, you've got Pyra, you've got Senna, you've got Xenoblade 3, you've even got Disaster Day of Crisis in here, which a lot of you guys probably haven't played that game. That is a late 2000s Wii game, but there's some good qualities to it, but obviously they quickly moved on from that. And of course, you've got other ones as well. Heck, you've even got Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition and original Xenoblade Chronicles. So it's very interesting to see Shulk on both sides there. And of course, Matthew Lore got some DLCs that they've included in there. Now, I want to go over this here when it comes to the website. Monolith Soft celebrated its 25th anniversary on October 1st, 2024. And here's a message from the representative director, Hirohide Sugiura. And he says, Monolith Soft is pleased to announce its 25th anniversary. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to all who have played and have enjoyed the games we have released. To all of the people involved who have helped us create our games, including our partner companies and external creators, and to our staff and their families. Looking back, 25 years have seemed long but short at the same time. There were many twists and turns, but I feel that the result of facing and overcoming various problems one by one have led to where we are today. Since our founding in October of 1999, our staff has grown significantly. We now have 3 development bases. We have worked on many major titles, but at the same time, I don't think I have been able to fully feel satisfied with the feeling of having succeeded or achieved something. This is something that I will continue to pursue as long as Monolith Soft exists, and is something that I will never be able to achieve in the future. If Monolith Soft is to continue on into the future, it's still in its genesis stage. We want the company's history to continue for 100, 200, or even 500 years. So we want to strive for even higher quality without being satisfied with the status quo. We would like to thank you for your continued support in the future. So they put this movie here as well. This is a special movie produced to commemorate the 25th anniversary of Monolith Soft's founding. Please enjoy the special production made just for this occasion. So I'll be playing that right now, and of course you guys are seeing that. But then there's also something else here which I'm gonna have, and it says, to express our gratitude for our 25th anniversary, we have prepared 25 commemorative wallpapers of game titles that Monolith Soft was involved in developing. So you can see here, you can go and download the wallpapers if you want to. They're actually really nice. And I want to say this before I kind of get into what is happening next. Monolith Soft has been my favorite development studio for the last number of years. They've created one of the most, if not the most, epic trilogy of games with Xenoblade Chronicles 1, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and the accompanying DLC. I love Torna, the Golden Country. I absolutely adored Future Redeemed. It's my favorite out of everything. So Monolith Soft absolutely deserves the type of praise that they get. Are they perfect? No. They even said it themselves. They don't even feel satisfied or fulfilled even at this point, after 25 years, after millions of copies sold of Xenoblade, after everything that they've done, all the big titles, Legend of Zelda, Splatoon, Animal Crossing, everything that they've worked on, they're going to continue to strive to be better and better. It's that athlete mindset. It's that professional athlete mindset that you can always get better each day and day, and you're never happy with the result. Even if you win the big one, even if you do what you're supposed to do, you want to go back and get that done again and again and again, like Tom Brady or something like that, right? So I love that mindset, and that's what makes them, to me, my favorite game developer. And even with some of the faults in the games, I still feel that they put 110% into everything when it comes down to it. So that leads us to the next question here. What is happening with Monolith Soft's next game? What is going on with the next Xenoblade, Xenoblade 4, Xenosaga, whatever the case is? Now, people look at the website and say, oh, well, this is a hint for X, Y, and Z. And I don't really think it's necessarily that. Some people have stated, even in the commemorative video, it pans through, you see the characters, it kind of all comes together at the very end. They're in a very bright, peaceful, happy place. Everything is settled and set for the most part. But you see Elma, you see Cosmos, they're kind of by themselves overall, representing what they stand for in these Xeno games. So to me, what that shows is that the future is going to be Xeno, but this chapter that we've seen so far is closed and something new is going to start up. Maybe even potentially with a character or related to some characters that we see right here. It is the close, the peaceful close of what's happening, and it's the beginning of something new. Now, when do you think that we could see this, and what are we going to see? Well, I talked about a video, Luxon talked about this, who's one of the best Xenoblade content creators, and he discussed how he feels that Xenoblade Chronicles is going to continue based off of various things that he's been able to decipher and find. I agree with that statement. I think that we are going to see a Xenoblade 4, or it's going to be called Xenoblade something else to kind of start anew from there. I don't think they're going to call it Xenoblade Chronicles 4. I think they're going to call it Xenoblade something else. So I think we'll see that, or they'll call it Xeno something. Who knows what they're going to do? But I think that we're also going to see something from Xenosaga, whether that's going to be some remasters of the old games, maybe a remake of Xenosaga 1. I do think that the relationship is good enough, and we've seen enough of the crossovers. We've seen enough of stuff, especially with Cosmos in this last video, the ending of Future Redeemed. We've seen that Bandai Namco is now willing to work with Nintendo in terms of things, and Monolith Soft, in order to get Cosmos to use that IP, to use what they have there and integrate it into directly when it comes to Monolith Soft and what they do and Xenoblade Chronicles. So I personally feel that that means that we are going to get a new Xenoblade Chronicles game or a new Xeno something game. And also we're going to see something from Xenosaga integrated into this new game, or remasters of the old games. I think that is absolutely possible. After going through what we saw with Future Redeemed, in addition to some of this other stuff, obviously we had the cameo when it comes to Cosmos in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So I think there's enough there. Now, when could we see this? Now, the thing about it is that Monolith Soft has been cooking on this new whatever they're working on for a number of years at this point. They finished Xenoblade Chronicles 3. They finished that probably late 2021. They were done with that. Probably by the time that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 launched, they already had Future Redeemed set, ready to go, and of course waited a bit in order to do that. Maybe they were fine-tuning the last couple things, but that was already done. The production team, one, had already started working on something else for quite some time. They're always planning ahead. They're always looking at what they're going to do next. So by next year, that will probably be 3 years or so plus of development on whatever they're working next. And that's just by estimation overall. Could be a bit longer or not. Remember, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, the release date was moved up, and that game didn't need a bunch of patches and other stuff afterwards. It was pretty much complete. It wasn't like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, where clearly they rushed to get that game out. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was done for quite some time beforehand. We didn't really need anything else afterwards. We didn't really need anything else afterwards. All the quality of life features, everything was kind of set in there. We did get some DLC, which they did do some updates, but that was planned beforehand. It wasn't the emergency stuff that they were doing with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 when that released back in December of 2017, patching it for the next 6 months just to fix a number of things and add quality of life features. So Xenoblade Chronicles 3 had been complete for a while, and they'd moved on to the next thing with the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, if you've watched Nintendo's presentations over the years, especially with new hardware, Monolith Soft has been there to kind of usher in what they're doing, to show off what the system can do. Despite not having the biggest technical specs, Monolith Soft has been there to show, okay, yeah, you can do that with enough hard work and effort. We saw it with the Wii U with Xenoblade Chronicles X. We saw it with the Nintendo Switch with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I think that we're going to see it with this next Xeno game, or with this next Monolith Soft game, this next new IP, whatever the case that's going to be, because they're going to want to show off exactly what this system is about. And if you look at it, this is the best atmosphere and environment that we've ever had for Monolith Soft. They're at their highest point. They've sold their most games and they've done their best. So resources wise, team size wise, effort, working environment, effort, and all of that, everything is at its peak for Monolith Soft. They even have other studios calling them to understand exactly how their workplace dynamic is for them to be as efficient and good as they are, creating the type of massive games that they create on their budgets with the hardware. So people have even reached out to them. Other AAA publishers are really envious and say, hey, we need to copy that environment in order to make sure that we have maximum efficiency and happiness with the company, because the turnover rate is really low at Monolith Soft and people get all of their time with their families. They still get everything. People aren't necessarily bashing the studio or saying anything that there's problems overall, which Monolith Soft has talked about before. So that's why I think that this next game that they're working on is going to be one of their best pieces of work so far. And they finally have, probably here with the Nintendo Switch 2, a piece of hardware that's going to give them far more ability than they've ever had. They're behind the 8 ball when it comes to the Nintendo Wii, obviously, but they did the best they could with Xenoblade Chronicles and Disaster Day of Crisis. You look at the Wii U, it took them a long time to really get acclimated, but even what they were trying to do for that system was really tough, and that's why Xenoblade Chronicles X had so many delays. If you look at Xenoblade Chronicles 2, they were still kind of dealing with a number of issues, but now at this point, you have multiple generations of HD development under your belt, and you're going to have a system that's more capable than anything that they've ever worked with, and probably the best developer-friendly console when it comes to Nintendo and what they've made with the Nintendo Switch 2 based off of what we've heard here. So I'm incredibly excited to see what Monolith Soft is going to cook up, and I do feel that they will have something at Nintendo's presentation, whenever that's going to be for the Nintendo Switch 2, whenever they kind of really reveal the games like they did with the January 2017 presentation. I think that they're going to mirror that here with the Nintendo Switch 2 and Monolith Soft. We will see their next major game probably within the next year or so. So I'm very excited to see what Monolith Soft is going to cook up, because I think it's going to be phenomenal based off of the 2 decades plus of fantastic work that they've done. So what do you guys think overall when it comes to Monolith Soft's 25th anniversary and my analysis on what they're going to be doing next? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and check out my other Nintendo Switch RPG videos and more right here on screen. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.